Hi, so it's been a little while since the last video, so it's time for another update. Nothing much has changed, which is really good news, because it means that the glasses that I talked about in my last video, probably my last two videos, they're continuing to work well for me. You know, I'm comfortable, I can do most things, I'm reading, I'm not getting eye strain, or very, very little. So, you know, I'm very happy with that. So I want to talk a bit about convergence issues and convergence insufficiency, which is one of the things that I was diagnosed with in addition to hyperopia. So the first pair of glasses, and this is way back, I mean this is quite a few years ago, I bought them off the internet in the really early days of internet buying, because I had so much neck pain, because I was like doing this every time I was trying to read. So I was ending up with horrendous neck pain. And bed glasses, if you can see the picture here, they don't look like these glasses, because what they are is they're a prism. So they look like, I guess, a pair of triangles. You can't see the glasses at all because obviously the front is shaded, but they're a pair of prisms stuck in front of your eyes, and you can see from the diagram that they redirect the image, so you can, and they're called bed glasses, so you can sit up in bed and read, basically. And you know, they're helpful, say, for elderly people who struggle to hold a book up or something like that. So I got those because I had a lot of neck pain, and they worked quite nicely for me, actually. They weren't, I mean, they were a bit of a temporary solution, but I could just sit there like this and read the book here and not have the amount of neck pain I was having. So afterwards, what I then got was some base down prisms, so normal looking glasses, just that the bottom was a bit wider than everything else. So again, there's no prescription on it, just the prisms, and that had the same effect. Obviously it wasn't as pronounced as the bed glasses because these were for general wear. They really helped. So where does this fit in with convergence insufficiency? I could just, because I could keep my head raised, it cut down the amount of convergence because I could sit like this. So instead of having to converge, you know, here, I could converge there. So basically those first glasses I had were addressing that issue really well, and also because I was long-sighted, I could obviously hold things a bit further away. So it just reminded me of that. And what happened then, because I got plus glasses and it treated the hyperopia, I was a lot more comfortable, and you know, I kind of forgot about the convergence insufficiency, but yeah, I've realised, yeah, that was still there and it did need taking in hand, but the hyperopia was, you know, so that was like really the worst thing, hadn't been treated for years, so it was just so good when it did get treated. It kind of, it had the bigger significance. So the new things with convergence insufficiency is, I just briefly looked at a web page, really, a couple, and this is the business of when your eyes are making the extra effort to converge. So your eyes, you're going to look at this page, your eyes have to come together at this point here. Now, if you're making extra effort because you have a bit of muscle weakness, what happens is you might have a tendency to overdo it, and so your eyes will converge here a bit in front of it. So you move the book and you're converging even harder, you move the book again, you move the, and this is how it masks. It can either mask long-sightedness, or it can make you look short-sighted when you're not, because obviously you kind of end up getting stuck converging. So now in addition, there is new recognition or new realization that overconvergence also is a whole body issue. So when you're struggling to converge, yeah, I mean the main areas are going to be the neck, but because you end up with more of a forward stance, you then have pressure on your hips and your knees and your ankles and your feet, which, I mean, people have been aware of it, but I think this is the first time that, you know, proper research and a proper professional opinion has come into this. And I was watching some ballet videos on YouTube the other day, and the lady said, well, you know, the thing with ballet is your feet are always turned out, like your feet are kind of like that. And I thought, because on my left side, which is the eye that tends to wander, I have a habit of turning that foot in. And so I'm wondering, for anyone out there with strabismus issues or convergence insufficiency, do you have a tendency to turn your feet inwards? Are you at all pigeon-toed in your stance? Because I'm wondering if just being mindful of turning your feet outwards, or being mindful of where your feet are, might help with divergence. So that was just my little thought anyway. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep a bit of an eye on that, no pun intended. So where I can, I'm going to try and adjust my posture and see what it does in regards to the convergence, because I still actually have a bit of a problem there with the over-accommodation and the over-convergence, even though I have an occlusion on one eye. So, you know, seeing if I can get that little bit more under control, and, you know, everything working together, that would be really good. So yeah, that is basically my update on how things are going. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and hope to see you in my next video.